Alright everybody, loser bracket, let's go! We got another best of 3 series on our hands. Sorry that we're jumping into the draft a bit later than usual with the bans already done, but my OBS just absolutely crashed and I had to quickly restart it so that we are still in the game. Thankfully it was no internet problem or anything, so we're still actually in the game here. Now we got Chili Mountain going up against Team Rage Quit, and you guys might remember that series from the qualifiers. We had it multiple times in the grand final. And of course, this time it's a real deal. We are in the playoffs of Meta Madness right now. We are in the losers bracket. And it should be a bit of a spicy one. Chili Mountain, they had a fantastic series against Team Wah, but at the end of the day, they lost it. And now they're trying to make their way through the losers bracket to get revenge. Now we have 30 heroes pre-banned in this tournament. 30 heroes have been banned so that the teams are forced to think a little bit outside of the box. And that heroes that we see pretty much every single day don't make an appearance here. In addition to that, every single hero that gets played on in one of these games cannot be played again on the next map, and that obviously makes especially a full best of 3 quite entertaining. Now we get Muradin as our first pick. We have Sylvanas and Tyrande locked in here on Infernal Shrines. Smexy with Tyrande. Now they want a pre-stun for that. We could get a variant, for example, but there's a few other options available too. I expected Smexy to much more aggressively go into Kharazim picks, since he's done that over and over again, but it is on the other side Team Rage Quit that does that. So, yep, we got Falstad for my try, we got Muradin, Kharazim, both of them can jump in. Falstad can also gust to create some distance here, so that's another thing that they could try to pull off. And what are we gonna get now on the ban pattern? We had some great games already today, I gotta say. Like, every single match that we had went nearly every single match went the full distance, and boy, like some of the picks, especially Cho'Gall on the third map, just seems to be a thing now. Once that all of the counters and options to zone him out are gone, once that Leo is eliminated, that Malthael has been banned, and since Tychus has been banned for the entire event, yeah, it's kind of crazy that Cho'Gall is all of a sudden reigning supreme. Or not that crazy, but yeah, he gets picked and banned quite a bit during this tournament now. And of course, we are expecting things to go even more spicy when we're heading towards the grand final, which is going to be a best of 5. But for now, we got Imperius banned and also ETC, so they're taking some of those side laner and potential main tanks away, which still leaves us with picks for Wubby. That's a lot banned. I mean, that's ETC already out, that's yeah, Dehaka and Imperius both taken away. So what exactly are we getting now from Wubby to set Tyrande up? They could still go into a sniper composition with Varian. That's still an option. And they do! Varian Tyrande with Leo. Make needs some burst damage. I could even see a Jaina here. Orphea, Jaina, anything that can capitalize on those stuns would work well now. And yeah, we'll see if they set something along those lines up, or if it's going to be a completely different play. I mean, Gul'dan for additional wave clear might be nice too, but they already have, of course, Sylvanas here, and Leo can chip in too. Yeah, here on Infernal Shrines, the last 2 picks for the red team. Jaina and Samuro. First time Samuro in the playoffs, and Jaina taken away. What does that leave us with for Make? Again, could still be Orphea. She should be up. Hasn't been banned either. But there's, of course, still plenty of damage dealers around that could be taken. But they go for Orphea. She makes perfect sense here with Varian and Tyrande. So the stage is set, everybody. Infernal Shrines, first map in the best of 3 series between Chili Mountain and Team Rage Quit. Let's go. Chili Mountain against Team Rage Quit. And yep, we are on Infernal Shrines. On the left side, Make on Sylvanas. We got Smexy on Tyrande, Azerite on Orphea, Berkult is playing Leo, and we got Wubby on Varian. Whereas on the right side of the map, the red team, Team Rage Quit with Shizakid on Muradin, Limu on Jaina, we got Maitri and Falstad, Kimagos is playing Kharazim, and Down for Life is playing Samuro. Honestly, I am still impressed by Team Rage Quit. I talked about this in the winner bracket already. They made it through the first round in the loser bracket, and of course now they go up against Chili Mountain once again, which is a bit unfortunate for them, I suppose. But this is an opponent that they're quite familiar with. They faced them several times in the qualifiers, and they also won one of those series. So it's not like they were completely murdered every single time, but it doesn't really change the fact that the favorite for this one is still the blue team. So yeah, that's definitely still true. On level 1, we got the Lingering Chill. Wooby sitting here in the mid lane, and yeah, with Ophir, this is all gonna center around level 4. They're already trying to get some hits in here. Top side, Maka was a bit under pressure as the team was going for him, but as explained, once we have level 4 abilities and the taunt for Varian, then a roaming squad between Varian, Ophir and Tyrande could be quite deadly. Especially when level 10 abilities then are available too. That feast could be eternal. So Berkul at the top is gonna solo it out against apparently Jaina for now. Yeah, so they set the Dreadlord up at the top lane, as it seems. But down here, kill number 1. Wooby is dead. Yeah, the Whoopster gets obliterated. Wooby down. And Samuro already getting some value. Yeah, we got him here with a Way of the Blade. And Samuro can be a big pain in the ass. I mean, everybody that played against Samuro in some of the games already knows that. Gets worse when Abathar is on the same team, but yeah, he alone is already annoying. Might try flying straight in here. Obviously a little bit too short, but he's able to jump out, so prevents the worst from happening. But still, with Sylvanas pushing and him already being low, he's not going to be able to hold that for much longer. He's still eating a ton of damage, and I mean, look at this. He is really, really eating dirt. There comes the taunt. We get also Neil Peasant. And level 4 abilities are now in for both. But that wall, they can kiss it goodbye. There's a bit of counter damage coming through at the bottom of the map thanks to those camps, but that's now getting obliterated. The rotation in the middle could also hurt the wall here. Wooby can't do anything about it by himself. Samuro has moved towards the top and is now applying pressure to Leo. But they were still able to take the entire wall out. So structurally, that's definitely a win for them. Shrine activating, and we got the first one spawning in the middle of the map. And of course, the killer comp is ready now. Yep. The killer comp is available thanks to the taunt on Varian. It's really one of the easiest comps to set up if you want to try and practice something for your own amateur league, or even for just like playing with a couple of friends. Pick Varian with taunt, follow up with anybody that on the support side that can go for an additional stun. Malfurion, Stukov, Tyrande, and then have a damage dealer that can burst a little bit. And then if you coordinate that well, you should be able to get reliable kills in. And yeah, that's something that helped a lot of the amateur teams already in Heroes Lounge and others to get ahead. But of course, on the top level, you can also do a lot with it. The margin of error is a lot smaller when you're playing on this level, but it's still a very powerful combination. And they are already trying to use it right here. Stormbolt, equip, flip in. Tyrande trying to stun them out as Jaina is providing all the damage, but Sylvanas wants to take this down. And Maka is going to move over in just a second, but yep, they are going to try for that hit. There's the Stormbolt, but Maka should get away. Maybe not. Yeah, he's going to die. But Jaina died too in the middle. So it's a kill for a kill, and the blue team has taken a significant lead on the minion stacks. They're looking at 27 right now, and of course their camp is murdering the top fort at the same time. That's another problem. Ophir is dead, so is Kharazim. It's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath here in the middle. Everyone is dead or dying, and yep, that's the Arcane Punisher for the blue team, and they get the fort at the top. That's a huge win. Yes, they are getting a lot out of this. And Wooby is already waiting in the wings for the taunt to see if he can maybe flank in on Jaina or Muradin, depending on how low they are. Yep, here we go. And he turns it on Muradin, gets the taunt. Yeah, but there's no follow-up. There's no Tyrande follow-up here. But obviously, they're now starting to crush the second fort of the game too. Smexy is eating all the shots from the fort, so that didn't really help. And that could be the opening that Samuro needed to get a kill. But yeah, not quite. So 2 forts are down, and that's of course amazing. If you can take 2 forts down that easily, that is just insane. Only 5 minutes into the game and 2 of the outer structures are gone. Ophir gets the kill against the birdie. Falstad is dead. Yeah, that is great play by Chili Mountain. They're taking a small lead in experience too. Nothing too crazy just yet. And just as I say, they're all of a sudden jumping ahead in experience by nearly a level, so they're closing in on level 10 abilities. And if they play their cards right with Sylvanas in the mix, then they're going to get the bottom fort now too. Yeah, that bottom fort is going to be in trouble once level 10 hits, and there it is. Big damage. Immediately the Starfall. They can open up the wall here, no problemo. Leo is sitting in the middle, the entire wall destroyed. Next objective spawns bot side, so you at least want to take out the fountain. And here comes the taunt, there's the stun, and Muradin barely escapes. Whoopi, on the other hand, is a bit low, but as you can tell, Sylvanas moved in for a kill against Jaina. So now it's 4 kills to 3, and they're definitely going to lose the entire thing. Orphea with a feast! Azerite is dead! But here's the counter kill attempts. Kharazim is down, level 10 on both sides. Their minions about to take the fort down. Muradin with the avatar, the birdie! He's low, but they make it out of the battle. 5 kills to 4. Samuro with the Blade Storm. And now every single fort has been destroyed. Every single fort is gone. 5 kills to 4. The forts are all dead on the red team side, making it really tricky for them to win these shrine fights. Okay. By now, we got 13,000 damage for Falstad. We have 14,000 for Orphea. And of course, the map control is heavily in the hands of Chili Mountain. In kills and in experience, the lead is not that crazy, but you look at the minimap and you quickly realize that there's just no fountains anywhere in the middle. The entire outer ring of defense has been taken apart, and they are trying for fights, they're trying for wins, but there's another stun, damage, everybody dead. So Jaina's dead instantly. Stands no chance. Once the taunt hits you, if Smexy follows up with the stun properly, Azerite cannot miss. He just cannot miss. So easy kill right there. And, well, that's the end of Jaina. They're at least trying to set the Muro at the side to take some structures down. And Samuro is the one hero that I could see posing a problem later on. If he goes for these side lane split pushes, maybe they can pull something off in the long run. Yeah, that might work out for them. So, yeah, we'll see. But I doubt it a bit. So Azerite, again, he's going for the wave play here. We have him now also with the invasive miasma. Another objective should be out for grabs. I like the invade here. Marke is all of a sudden realizing it. Needs to dodge out on the Storm Bolt, but that's not working. The rest of the blue team is starting to slowly rotate up, though. So they don't give this up for free. They at least want to brawl it out a little bit. Leo is down at the bottom. So, yep. In we go. Smexy gets attacked. Careful. He's still alive. Samuro wants to hit and he gets it. But the counter kill. No, it's Sylvanas that goes down first. Whoopi can't get the kill. Muradin low, but there it is. Jaina dies. And I guess Kharazim also gets obliterated here. The maze to the face attempt. Now the bot lane is pushing. Here it is. We got the Punisher, Frozen Punisher this time, on the way. And this is looking good. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yep. Samuro is dead. They're going for another kill, and Muradin doesn't stand a chance either. 10 kills to 6, 2 levels ahead now. Punisher not baited over the wall, so he's doing a maximum damage. And they might even be able to go for the keep itself. Now, the keep is going to take damage. The question is just how much. Jaina, she came, she saw, and she died again. Veni, vidi, arrivederci. So she's gone. That's an easy kill, and that's an easy keep. And they might go even deeper than that. Now, they are trying to nibble at the fort a little bit. But with the death timers being this low, that shouldn't really be possible unless they are somehow able to get more kills. And Smexy is too late on the follow-up, or they could have taken the birdie down. But they go in for the second attempt. Yeah, the shield is not quite falling. They're still poking, though. And they got the additional talent. So now they're on level 16, but it's a 5 versus 5. And yeah, here we go. Another attempt to go for Muradin, maybe? Not quite. But obviously, like, being in that position in the first place is already nuts. So, yeah, the poke still continues. And the shields are dropping. Catapults are now on the core too, and the core is losing hit points. 96%, not really a whole lot, but every single hit counts. And of course, anyone that just pokes his head out has to deal with Varian going in for a taunt. There's already the ult as the water elemental comes out. 91% right now. They're trying for a little bit more. Keep all of that alive. A little bit of damage to ensure that there's no shield building up. And it is just incredible pressure here. Insane pressure. 88%. 87. Yeah, one hit at a time. Samuro is backdooring or is trying to proxy the waves a little bit so that there's no reinforcements coming in. I like that idea. But they're at 79% now. And I guess eventually they will fall back because nobody is poking out. There's even some spray games going on. 77%. Another hit. 75. They can play this game all day, every day, I suppose. Yeah, 71% on this one. 69. Oh my god. At some point you gotta make a play. At some point you gotta go for it. And I'm talking about Team Rage Quit. They can't just like sit here and let that happen. There's the Gust, the immediate turn attempt. They're making a play for Whoopi. Jaina! Yo, she's about to go down. And she survives with a 100 hit point, but Kharazim is dead. The support is gone. Now they turn it on Muradin and still keeping the damage on the core so that the shield never continues or starts to build up. And yes, now Falstad might also be in trouble. 49% on the core. They just keep the pressure. Falstad is dead. They're dropping low. Samuro wants the kill. They get Smexy, but Shizakid on Muradin is also going to fall. 41% on the core. Can they end? They have 4 heroes still around. Mark is insanely low, and he's dying to the core, but they got more than enough damage, and they win game number 1. Chili Mountain in 12 minutes takes Infernal Shrines, and therefore the lead in the best of 3.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Sky Temple, map number 2, the lead for Chili Mountain. We're heading into the second map of this series, and yeah, great play by the Chilis. I mean, honestly, that was an insane pressure play that they set up at the core towards the end, and it was just a little bit of a dare. It was just like, you guys can come out and fight. We're going to stay here, and we're going to poke at that core until that thing is down. And they made it work, which was really impressive. So Team Rage Quit, they were obviously looking for the angle, and finally they decided to engage with the Gust. Even these proxy moves that we saw from Samuro on the map were pretty cool, and I liked it. But as it stands, now we're heading into game number 2, and obviously that means the 10 heroes played on map number 1 are also not available any longer, which in total puts the bans up to 40 heroes that can't be taken anymore here. Yeah, pretty awesome. So with that, we get a Maiev ban here on Sky Temple. Now, Dehaka should still be up. Dehaka is a potential pick, and well, scratch that because he got banned. Vikings are up. Now, you could go for a couple of crazy strategies if you are Chili Mountain. You could see some Viking plays or something. Maybe they go also for some nasty McDonald's strategy, the good old Chen double support with some serious damage dealers behind it. We'll figure it out. Technically, you could also go for a backdoor strategy. Morales is up. So, yeah. Medivh gets banned. Good choice. Very good choice, I want to say. There's too many Medivh games right now. Yeah. And what's the last ban in our first phase? What are they going to eliminate here? What are we getting rid of? There's still a couple of strong supports up, of course, too. Genji! Yeah, no Genji in this one. Alright, moment of truth. First pick. Team Rage Quit. How are they going to try and approach this time? We still have plenty of tanks around, so you can't even go for Imperia still. So there's that. Yeah, on the tank side, we definitely still have tons of options. And yeah, map number 2, there's still plenty of choices to be made here. But alright, so wow, they are the ones with the Vikings. Okay, I expected the Vikings to be taken by the blue team, not necessarily by Team Rage Quit, but fair enough. Vikings on Sky Temple. And of course now the entire thing just shifts. Because now we have to ask the question, well, how exactly is the blue team going to react to that? Azerite with Cassia, and we get Rhaegar. Okay. The last time we saw that happen, Poik was playing for Chili Mountain. He subbed in because Berghult wasn't here, and he picked Nova. And he was just farming Vikings the entire day. So that's pretty much what he was doing. That was on Towers of Doom. And they went for Nova last pick. And then they just farmed Vikings. Mal'Ganis is in. They need a strong 4-man now. That would immediately trigger a couple of alarm bells on my end, by the way. And I would think about banning out Zarya. So if you have the Vikings against you, that's immediately just like ding, 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 ding. Zarya might be something you want to get rid of. But they didn't take her yet. And maybe Chili Mountain has another hero that they want to eliminate. There's no support taking it either, so there's another thing to keep in mind. They go for Imperius. Okay, yeah, Mal'Ganis Imperius would also be a pain. Maybe they are the ones that take Zarya. If they want to crush this fast, if they want to push quickly, Zarya is not a bad choice. And in a 4 versus 4, she can be super powerful. So, yep. That's the thing. Yeah, there's the Arthur's ban, okay. I could see a Zarya for either team here. For sure. How are they going to play this? They still need a frontliner. They don't have a side laner. Okay, Chilis, bring it. Illidan and Tyrael. Oh, we were not prepared. Illidan, Tyrael, and Rhaegar. Oh my god. Old school. Old school, baby. That is alpha shit that we're seeing here. Beta stuff. That was before launch. Illidan and Tyrael. Yes! Alarak and Auriel on the other side. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Last pick. The blue team with the final pick for map number 2. Sky Temple. What are we getting here? What's still available? What is Maka gonna go for now? God, this is awesome. Abathar, yes! The Slug with Illidan. Guys, we're going full old school. God, I love this. Good old Abathar Illidan with the Tyrael and Rhaegar. Yes! Let's go. Sky Temple, everybody. Game number 2. Chili Mountain against Team Rage Quit. We were not prepared. Maka on Abathar, Whoopi on Illidan. Chili Mountain is getting spicy. Azerite on Cassia. We got Smexy on Rhaegar, and there it is, the unending hatred. Yeah, guys, that happens to you when you play too much Quick Match. I would get unending hatred. You feel the hatred of 10,000 Hero League games? 100%. Smexy on Rhaegar. We got Berghult on Tyrael. And on the right side, it is Team Rage Quit with Shizakit on Mal'Ganis, Archimagos on Auriel, Limu on Alarak, Down for Life on the Vikings, starting things off with Olaf the Stout, and Maitri on Li Ming. Boy, I'm ready for this one. Whew. Are you kidding me? Auto attack Illidan, they're going all out on this one. And I love every single second of it already. No matter how this works out. Reinforced Carapace on level 1. Alright. That is a little bit unexpected. So they're changing the build up slightly here. Okay, we'll see what they can do with this. But yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting one. With how many kills we get, a lot of these stacking quests you normally not expect make a lot more sense. I mean, we have, like, every single Meta Madness game, just because of the combos that are being played, has seen so many kills, it's oftentimes just ridiculous. And talking about kills, that one got close. Yep, don't ever trust a 1v1 if there is an Abathar on the other side. You are going to be punished. Abathar doesn't respect the 1v1. Ask Alex the Pro G, he knows. No respecto de uno. Yeah, not happening. So, Wooby, he is gonna, of course, scale into the late game. With Illidan, it's always the same thing. Once that the map opens up a little bit and those forts drop, you have more space to work with and you are in a much better position. Bakul is able to jump out, and Abathar the Slug is still sitting in the middle. Slugging it out, and down here we're going straight up for those Siege Giants. Now, the stats are obvious, or the stacks are stacking in slowly but steadily. The same is also true for Cassia. She's trying to get some extra ones in, but that was a nice setup. They still make it out. Uh-oh, there's the drivetrain, baby. Choo-choo, the paint train is coming. Yep, and there's the first kill, and make it 2. They might get number 3 as well. Yeah, good for my try for the combo, but they get out. So that's already a few stacks for Illidan, that helps. And of course Cassia was able to get some damage in too. With 4-3 on the levels, that is an early level 4 talent for the blue team. The Adrenal Overlord is kicking in. We also got the Thirsting Blade right now. And yep, they are looking pretty okay. The Vikings at the same time, we have some at the bottom. Some, like, they're spreading out to pretty much all 3 lanes. With the objective popping up, they're a bit more flexible on where to go from here on out. But Illidan is now sitting on 6 stacks already. So this is going to be quite important as the game continues, because obviously we're talking about the damage that he can stack into the late game here. Illidan is normally not the one that will end the game with most damage or anything. But it's always kind of neat when you have the single target damage that really just murders. And going up against Vikings too, if he takes a few of them out, he can stack the level 1 even faster. And his single target damage will at some point just get out of control if he's able to consistently do that. So yeah, we're gonna have an eye on that. Already applying some pressure in the middle, but there's still also some shots to be had thanks to those temples. So with 2 kills to 0, it's the red team that takes control over the top with, yep, down for life. Illidan is now sitting in the middle. And of course they only have 4 hit point pools in these fights because Abathar doesn't have his level 10 yet. So they can't play it out with the copy. And they gotta be a bit careful with that. Abathar oftentimes then moves down to the bottom of the map to at least body soak a little bit. But for now he's relying on the symbiote. Could position himself here at least so that he gets a bit more. Illidan gets attacked. Okay, Abathar is trying to help out and Whoopi is dead. Whoopi is dead. Yeah, early game ganks against Illidan usually go pretty well for the heroes that gank him. Smexy is also on the run, and Doggy is a little bit faster here. Jukes them out as best he can. Has to heal and dies too as Alarak just shows no mercy. 2 kills, 2-2. Yep, that's the early game. Up against Vikings with an Abathar on their own side. Calamity is now in, both teams with level 7 and more shots being fired by Team Rage Quit. So they're building up some momentum. They're able to get a bit ahead here, especially since in addition to that, up towards the top side, they're pressuring for the structure too. Mid lane gets taken over again, so there's at least more shots fired now by Chili Mountain, and they might even be able to do some serious damage to the fort. But Mule is also in play, because we got an Abathar here. And that's the end of our boy Alarak. And they might get more than that, and every single hero kill is of course fantastic for Illidan, because it just means more and more stacks for him. Much faster than when he just focuses on minions. And yep, Mule time soon over here. I'm not quite sure where Muck is actually going to mule it up. He mules the bot lane. Alright, to keep that in play. Up at the top, nothing therefore. 3 kills versus 2. Cassia is dead. 29 stacks for her. Whoopi is sitting at 11. So he's still a couple... He's roughly halfway done with the quest. But, yep. And down to the bottom of the map. Quick double check here. Already prepping this. They're trying to steal the Siege Giants away, I assume. And they have half a level of a lead now. So they push to the bot lane. Half a level ahead for the next objective. That's going to be important. Balog goes down. And the more that Illidan can farm the Vikings, the better for him, of course. His baseline is everything. Or, well, not the baseline. The level 1 talent. Yeah, that's everything for him. That's really how he tries to get the farthest ahead here. And they should be able to get some solid damage from him in the later stages. But they have to survive until then. They have to get to level 10, make sure that Abathar gets his copy up, and then try to just play on even footing with the opponent's team. And if Rich taught us anything in Heroes of the Storm, it is that you can never leave Illidan alone on structures or he is going to destroy you. And that is doubly true if you have an Abathur that helps you out on top of that. So yeah, Illidan on structures is going to be a disaster. We're likely going to see also, well, Metamorphosis is in. We're likely going to see them make some plays for those structures on the side lanes as the game continues. Not only going into the team fights. 14 stacks by now for Illidan. And with that said, the shrine or the temple is activating. But of course, up at the top, look at it. Exactly what we just talked about a second ago. You can't leave him alone there. He is gonna have a field day on those structures. So yep, that fort is just eating damage, 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 and he can easily just move away, wait for the next minion wave to come through, and then continue the party. So he's already moving through. Down at the bottom of the map, Balog even goes down, or let's say in the middle. They're trying to play around that. Cassia gets attacked. Abathur helps out as best he can. Do we get the Ancestral? Yes, indeed we do. Illidan is still fighting at the top, but he's now rotating over. And could help out here, as the Vikings are attempting control at the bottom shrine. So, yep, that's a fort. You can't leave Illidan alone in these situations. We talked about this already. But it's still fun. And they're going for the middle too. So Maka still has that copy and gets some extra damage in, but that allows them to take another fort down. The kills, of course, are slowly tickling in for Team Rage Quit as they are taking the fights with superior numbers. And they're channeling the entire temple through here. But Abathur still has Mule, and that mitigates some of the damage. The team is moving in to put the final blow in. But Illidan has now taken the top camp and can push even for that gate. So down at the bottom, they take not only Cassia down again, but they also drop the fort. But it doesn't really change the fact that Illidan is still pushing the lanes. And someone needs to go topside. You can't leave him there. He's going to rip you a new one. Someone needs to retreat. Instead, they're trying to go for boss, and that might finally force him away. That might finally force him away. He has his quest completed, and right now it doesn't seem like they're going to do anything about it. It's early in the game. The boss isn't going to even do all that much. So apparently they're totally okay with the boss taking it. Yeah, Tyrael is dead, but Illidan is now pushing for keep. Yeah, Illidan is likely going to do more damage to that keep that the boss is going to do at the bottom. And of course, he's going to go for Eric here too. And if he gets that kill, for example, then matters are going to be worse. So yeah, they're Hearthstoning back, finally. But it doesn't change what's happening here. Illidan is already halfway done with this keep. Yep. More than halfway. Again, look how low this thing is. And what do you think the boss is going to do down here at the bottom? Nothing. That thing is not going to break through the wall. Like, it's not happening. Look at this. It's like, I mean, again, it was taken 8 minutes in or so. So it just does nothing. That doesn't scale properly yet. So the towers alone are going to take it down. And Illidan is just side laning, side laning, side laning, side laning. Just doing this thing the entire time here. 41 stacks for Cassia. They take the Siege Giants. We have a double temple coming up. But look at the minimap. Who is ahead in structures? Chili Mountain. And not by a little bit. They've taken 2 forts down and they nearly annihilated the top keep. And Abathur has Mule. So everything that wasn't destroyed, Abathur can Mule up. The tower in the middle, up here at the top. And now they can, of course, go for temples too. But Illidan is just taking Vikings down again and is pushing the top. Now, there's one risk that Chili Mountain is running, and that's that they're currently falling behind in experience, and quite significantly. I mean, we're talking about soon a level lead here. So Illidan is going to push for the top keep now. And he will get it, because nobody on the red team side is defending against him. But they also don't want to babysit the top lane the entire time. So that's understandable too. But they're getting a bit out macroed here. And that's the end of the keep. That keep is gone. And Rhaegar's taking a couple of shots that are all being fired down to the bottom of the map. The keep is already annihilated. And now he forces the core. Double Illidan, baby. These fuckers. Double Illidan against the core. And yep, he's gonna die. But they are doing a little bit of damage here. Is it gonna be a lot? No, but that's 12%, 14%. That's 20% of the core. 22% of the core are now gone. Yes. And the mule is still working. Now, yes, that fort is gonna drop. But still. The core down to 78%, and it's ridiculous. Oh boy. Now, they are taking structures down, so it's not like Chili Mountain isn't losing anything. They're obviously playing a little bit of a game with them here. But both of the teams are now more or less down to their final 3 structures. The only difference is that for the red team, there's still a fort down here that can easily be grabbed, whereas the first keep is already gone on Team Rage Quit side, and that of course also means that there's Catapults gonna push to the top lane. And that is putting the Vikings also in a bit of an awkward spot. Illidan is jumping in, gets the assist, Metamorphosis, and they can chase this out even further. And they are driving it now. Again, I said it before, once that the distance to safety is increased, that's when the real problem kicks in. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. They don't have forts anymore, so now they're getting murdered because they can't run away from Illidan. Li Ming dead, Oriel dead, and they go for the camp again, I suppose. No, it seems like they're gonna go for the core. Yep, there's the stun. And there it is. Copy incoming, I suppose. Double Illidan on the core. Tyrael is here. He has the Sanctification. And they're grouping up on the Sanct. It ain't easy being cheesy, baby, but they're doing it. And that's a victory. 2-0. Chili Mountain takes down Team Rage Quit and moves on to the next round of the tournament. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.